Good morning, YouTube. Thought we'd start the live stream out a little differently this time. I'm Zachary Fowler, and this is Sunday morning Q&A before I release the video in a couple minutes. Then I try and go live with a can out of there in my kitchen shot here. See if I can't do it. I'll probably embarrass myself live here, basically. Oh, first shot. How many can I get in a row? How many can I get in a row? First shot. Let's see if we can get two. Get two in a row. Oh, two in a row. Two in a row. See if I get three. Three in a row. I don't think I've ever gotten three in a row in the kitchen because you got to throw them and hit them so fast. Oh, I missed. Nah, two in a row. Not too bad. I'm just playing around with this new one I got from GZK. Fun little slingshot. I love slingshots. I can never have enough slingshots. My collection since last time when I did the at the beginning of the month has like tripled here. It's pretty crazy. The got some that cool one I showed you guys, I think, and then I got a bunch of these new ones that came from China that a company sent me to play with, and just all kinds of little targets and stuff I've collected for making the videos. And what else was new? Oh, I made this the other day at a bushcraft thing with some guys, showed them how to make them, brought this up, and brought forks for everybody and bands. And this is pretty awesome. I made this one, check this out. I made that out of a, can you guess? What's that look like right there? What's that look like on the back? Ski. Yeah, the ski company that hat I'm always wearing, Lucid Skis here in Maine. They make it out of natural Maine woods and stuff like that. They sent me some pieces of skis because I had the idea of like, hey, it's laminated, it's tough. Why not make a slingshot out of a ski? And it turned out awesome. So I'll have to go back and actually make a video out of that. So let's head upstairs to the office because my coffee's up there waiting. So how are you, YouTube, this morning? How are you guys doing? I am pretty chipper after only 2 hours of sleep. I managed to get today's video done, which is awesome. Awesome. I'm so psyched. Last week I was late getting it done. Turn the heater off so it doesn't make too much noise. This part of the office is so far over in the rest of the house I have to have this little electric heater, which is killing me in electric bills. But that's okay. Alright. We are up here in the office now. And today's video is going to be pretty cool. Catch and cook a steak, and it turned out really good. I went out to the shelter and I thought like I'd beautify it and make all kinds of nice stuff out there at the shelter. And hair's getting long here, crazy hair. I'm not sure what to do with it yet. I was like hesitating to cut it. I haven't cut the beard or the hair since I don't know, for a while now, which is something I normally do in the, like, it gets long and I get warm and then I end up cutting a lot of it off. Anybody have any questions? How's the custom Fowler slingshot progressing forward? See, I keep coming up with all these different designs, and like that cool wooden one that was made out of a natural fork is beautiful. But if I go and have it molded out of plastic, it's kind of gonna be not that cool. So, I don't know, maybe I should just sit and whittle them and sell them for a good price for what they're worth, you know, on, but then again, I'm afraid that like a natural fork slingshot, it ends up breaking, and somebody spends a whole bunch of money on it because I spent a whole bunch of time making it. I don't know. We'll see. If I find the right design with the right materials that I can make it out of, there will be a custom Fowler slingshot one of these days. You can make one of wood. You carry everything. Can you make one of a wooden baskets you use to carry the trapper baskets? I suppose I could. I've made a basket in the past that was out of oak strips that I left over from the boatyard, and that turned out pretty awesome. For like somebody who's never made a basket before, I just kind of like stuck the stuff together and and warmed the oak up in the shower because it was still green, and made my own basket. How many fish did you catch on alone? 63 fish, 2 birds, 1 with my bird trap and 1 with my slingshot. Wow, it took a second to get out. It's been a little while here. You know that as of February 8th, that'll be 1 year since my season of Alone was on TV. So it was a year, and then all the way back to August that I finished my adventure. Slingbow, yes, definitely. That's what's going with me on Alone next time. What slingshot is it? Oh, so I'll post in a couple minutes. After I'm done talking with you guys, we will post today's 87-day video, which is pretty cool. I did a catch and cook a steak. Built the fireplace out in the shelter. Show you how to make cordage out of trash bags, like Hannaford trash bags, like not just like cheesy like cordage, but like literally legit, like looks like it's bought at the store cordage. I think it's a pretty cool trick, and awesome for making shelters. People use it around the world to make all of the cordage that they need in places that are, I don't know, impoverished or just thrifty. Are you still in New England? Yes, still in New England, still in Union, Maine here. What kind of knife do I carry? I carry 2 knives always. I carry the Cold Steel Ultimate Hunter and my Swiss Army knife. Always has to have the can opener for pulling apart knots, as well as scissors, the nice knife blade. I like these. Well, this one's kind of dirty today. And I've always had a Swiss Army knife in my pocket. And the Cold Steel Ultimate Hunter. This thing. I like this knife. Not just because it's orange, but the handle is just legit and solid. My favorite slingshot, that's a hard one. Every slingshot is my favorite slingshot while I'm shooting it. So, I've never met a slingshot I didn't like. So far, legitimately, I've not met a slingshot I didn't like. Oh, wait, that's not true. I do not like pickle fork slingshots. I think they're obnoxious. And, which is this like weird slingshot that doesn't have a gap in the forks at all. You have to like twist the pouch to make it jump over the like 0 gap fork. It's ridiculous. It's the worst type of slingshot shooting ever, but that's just because I can't do it very well. Here, my dad makes meatloaf that's wrapped in bacon. Meatloaf wrapped in bacon sounds really good. What town are you in? Union, Maine. Why do you make your slingshots out of? Why? Oh, fiberglass is disgusting. You know, I did make one out of, it was on the wall down there, an older one out of, what's that? Micarta, right? That's canvas fiberglass basically. And that's not so bad, but they're all still nasty. They're made out of the gross glues and they stink and you got to wear respirators when you're working them. I like to sit there and whittle, you know, or have one that was made into production and was just, and out comes the slingshot or something. Would be awesome. It's a lot of work to make them out of fiberglass or G10 too. You gotta like, you know, cut it out with a machine. Ugh. Not that I'm afraid of work, but it's a lot of stinky work. What is your ultimate slingshot made of? Ultimate slingshot? I don't know. I mean, right now the best slingshot, if I was to just have to go onto Alone like tomorrow or something or somewhere, I would grab the hammer from SimpleShot that I have because it shoots arrows, and but the thing is, it's got like an unsnap to convert from arrow shooting to shooting like steel balls or rocks or something. No full tang. No, I do not. I like the folder clipping onto my pocket. I don't like more stuff clipped onto my belt. I only carried the multi-tool out there on Alone, you know, that was hooked to my belt. I do like a full tang knife if I'm just out like bushcrafting stuff, but half the time I don't bother to. It's just, I don't like so much stuff hanging from my belt. Now, show us your cool steel knife. I think I just did. If you missed it, you'll have to come back into the live stream. One survival tool, what would you choose? The cold steel shovel. Everybody should know that by now. Haha, did you use Hannaford's bags? Yes, I did use Hannaford's bags for making cordage in today's video. Catch and cook a steak. I didn't have to go very far to catch it, just to my local store, but I thought that was a funny title part. And I made a nice little fireplace in there and some shelves, and there's plenty of little... It's a very make video. I hope it doesn't get passed over because it's not as cool as like some of those, you know, catchy videos of like somebody shooting a Nerf gun at something that has millions of views. Because I made so much stuff in this week's video. It is just one making thing after the next. You know, making the fireplace, making shelves, making slabs of wood for plates for my eating on, and it was pretty fun. How much time do you spend on the SS Sparrow? It took 1 day to build, 1 day to rig and launch, then paddle out, and then not catch something that first time, and then 3 days of fishing with it. That was very, very minimally successful because it was when I built it this year and I made that video. It was the hot time of the year, and it was tough. So there wasn't a lot of catching going on unless you were like way out into the colder, deeper water and dropping deep lines down. How long have you been surviving? I've been surviving my whole life. I survived my whole life so far, and I intend to survive the rest of it, you know? Like, did you grow up in the woods? I grew up having adventures with my dad and stuff. I never wanted to be a survivalist. Like I always said before preparing, you know, for loans, like I didn't want to be a survivalist. I wanted to be a homesteader. So I studied all this survival stuff as like tricks and tips that I could use to catch like my woodchuck with a primitive snare and stuff like, or to make cool rustic furniture, you know, primitively out in the yard for my, you know, living up in the woods in Appleton. Now we've moved away from that and stuff. So it's like I never studied all that to become a survivalist or some sort of survival expert. That's why, you know, half of my videos, while I'm, you know, lately not so much, just this month I've been kind of taking off and just one video a week. Most of my videos are like, my passion is slingshots and just making whatever I want to make whenever I want to make it. So you know, that survival videos and stuff like that will never be the entire of my channel. And you'll probably notice that like a lot of my stuff that I do is probably more bushcrafty at times than survivally, you know. I'm not going to be like the wooded beardsman out there killing and cooking all kinds of stuff, which I love to do, but you know, it's just that I like to make stuff more than I do to like hunt and things. But I do prepare for that too, hunting, so that should I go on All Stars, that I have the best chance possible to beat Al and Dave or the Ginger Boys there, the Beard Brothers, and you come stay. Can I? I'm renting out the shelter in the springtime on Airbnb for $500 a night. You guys are welcome to come and stay in primitive shelter Airbnb. I wonder if they'd let that fly. Like, they'd be like, no, I don't think so. Or how much do they actually regulate that? Can you show us how to attach the shovel to the backpack for easy carry without removing? No, the shovel in the sheath, you know, that's an easy way to attach to anything. I usually wore it on my belt out there alone. It was obnoxious because wearing the shovel on your belt, the handle hangs down, and when you step over stuff, if you have it in just the right spot, it like tends to trip you up in the back of your leg. Oh, somebody gave me a super chat. Thank you very much for the super chat. Who is that? Did you leave a question? Make sure I get to it. Oh, just a have a great day. Thank you very much, sir. DIY solar and wind. You should, what time is it? 9:24. All right, got a couple more minutes and then we'll release today's 87-day video. You should hand carve a super custom slingshot once a month and sell. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like the super custom beautiful slingshot that I made, it's only cool because it's hand carved and made out of beautiful wood. I might be able to laminate up something so that I use like some canvas in the laminates. That's the way I did my one on alone. I still carve it the same way, so it's tough, it's rugged, it's beautiful, you know. I mean, that's what makes the majority of slingshots beautiful, is the beautiful materials they're made out of. And then their sexy designs. Have you ever worked on a Yes, I have worked on a lobster boat. It is the most miserable job in the world. My back hurt the whole time I was doing it. The guy was always swearing at me, and he was a nice guy. He just quickly became grumpy all the time because he didn't know what he was doing. His sternman knew what he was doing before, and so he always got grumpy, and that just made it all the more miserable. There's nothing like working with somebody who's grumpy, you know. You get dropped off in a random area. Quick 3 tools of your important to have. Ferro rod, multi-tool, and the cold steel shovel. That's a hard one though. 3 tools means I don't really get my slingshot. Because I kind of have to have. Maybe I would bring the slingshot. Although slingshots are almost useless if you don't have at least a spare set of bands. You know, that's a thing. So, for sure. Do you have a survival recipe book? No, I don't, but that's definitely going to be a chapter in my book that we're working on right now. I'll have all kinds of recipes from throughout my life of different things, you know, some wild recipes, some random recipes like my gourmet peanut butter ramen noodles, sweet and spicy, and able to survive without any tools. Surviving without any tools, anybody I think could survive without any tools. It's just a matter of how long can they survive without any tools. I don't know how long I would be able to survive without any tools until I was in a certain location. It's all location, you know. I mean, you could you put somebody by the ocean that's warm and comfortable and there's a lot of stuff there, and you got some good materials for making a bow drill, you get a fire going, you got some semi-sharp rocks or any rocks to be able to smack stuff, and then you're down there and you're harvesting fish or crabs or mussels or different things at low tide, using those with vines to catch other stuff. I mean, you could end up eating really well, or you put yourself somewhere in the backwoods of Maine. I don't know how long you could last without a knife and a fire starter. Yeah, I mean, maybe a shoelace you could use and make a bow drill. Do you like Ontario rat knife? I have no idea what that is. Where are you voting for the Super? I don't watch Super Bowls. I don't really. I watch. If I watch the Super Bowl, I watch it for the ads. That's it. I started using Slingshot more often after watching your video. Thanks. That's great. I'm glad to. That's always good to hear that you are inspired to get outdoors or indoors like I do and shoot your slingshot. What is your 5 favorite methods of making fire? Matches in my hat, lighter, my WAZOO survival bracelet, my WAZOO fire starter necklace, and the lens in my wallet to be able to use it as a magnifying glass and start a fire. I have to say those are my 5 favorite sticks. I don't have a huge interest in. Whoa, another super chat. Thank you very much. That's very appreciated. Raymond Bailey. Thank you. 20 bucks. Holy cow. Have you ever hunted big game? I have hunted deer with my bow and stuff. I've never been very successful, but it's very hard around here. Like I've hunted a little bit in Vermont when I was younger and hunted in Maine here, and there's just I just never have anything cross my path all that much, and like I had a spike horn come right through and jump by, and it just I just couldn't tell that I didn't seem like there was enough horns on it, and so I just couldn't do it. And so yeah, I've just never been successful. It's like the same thing. It's like I'm good at making stuff, but necessarily like fishing, I've always stunk at that. Like I could tie a fly of any design, most beautiful flies in the world that match any hatch, and I tied all these flies growing up in Vermont and fly fishing, and I never catch anything. Would you do a video on ultimate backpacking in Maine? I live in New Hampshire, so it's similar outdoors. It is very similar outdoors. Probably won't be doing any backpacking videos. It's hard to get away right now. What is your favorite fish tea? I am getting away to WAZOO's having me out to their show that they're going to be at in Portland, Oregon, not this week, on this weekend. So if you guys, anybody's in Portland, Oregon, stop by. I don't even know what the name of the show is yet. I just know I'm going out there. So I'm going to take the wizard staff, which you can see right here, right there. I got to cut that in half this week, so I'm going to make a YouTube video. I'm going to cut it in half and make it so it threads together. That way it can go in my luggage and I don't have to take that big long tube with me anymore. I do have a pocket dump video. If you scroll back to my old videos, it's about time to almost do another one. Hey, he did check out his channel. Any chance of a David Canterbury Fowler project in the future? Probably not. Canterbury does his thing and I do my thing. We've never really talked except for at Blade Show for like 2 seconds, and I don't know. I didn't he never said a boo to me, so I didn't. I was like, hey, and then he didn't have any interest in having more conversation, it seemed like to me. So I was like, all right, nice to meet you. I watch some of your videos sometimes. Peace. Were you Boy Scout? No, I was not a Boy Scout. I was a Royal Ranger for a period of time, which is like the Christian version of Boy Scouts. And that was fun. We learned how to do fires and went to a powwow. It was good times. Yeah, I didn't do it for very long. I think I maybe outgrew it because they didn't go as far as the Boy Scouts did in age-wise. It was like just the younger kids, and then you're growing out of it. Haven't we all had enough of Dave? Yeah, Dave Canterbury. I mean, I have nothing wrong with Canterbury. He's a machine, just making videos, cranking them out, and doing them. I think I totally blow him away production-wise, and I've only been doing it for a little while, and I think, by the end of this time next year, I'll be blowing him away view-wise on a regular basis with all my videos. So I kind of look forward to that. Where are you from? Hello. I have no idea what that says. Any garden plans? Yeah, I want to do a garden at the new house this year. Do a new garden. Or a first time garden. I love gardening. That was always my thing. Jamie, she liked to do the animals, and I did the garden, and we helped each other with all, but now it's just me and the girls here, so, just me and Sparrow and Abby. So I will take them out there and teach them to garden and to grow stuff and vegetables and things. would a Bible be a good use of one of the 10 items? It would be if they allowed it, but they don't. Because they don't want to see you sitting around reading. So the Bible is actually not allowed on a loan. If I had to bring any book in the world, it would be that. And even before I went on loan, I wasn't actually actively seeking God again the way I am these days. I still would have chosen the Bible just because it is endless as far as reading possibilities. There's, you know, I don't care who you are. If there's no, it's the only book I think you could read and never, and read it from cover to cover again and again, and you wouldn't come to the end of it, you know. As it is much of a mental challenge. Will you make more slingshot videos carving a slingshot? I have 3 or 4 slingshot videos that are actually in the works right now, and they were halted. The slingshot paracord bracelet was halted because I was waiting for the materials to come, so I got that stuff now. I've got a bunch of videos I've been filming on those Chinese slingshots that came. If you haven't seen it, you probably already tuned back out, whoever tuned in at the beginning. The Chinese slingshots that were sent to me, like a demo video, playing around with those, trying them out. All kinds of good stuff coming up. You know, I've just been taking January off, so I'm working on the Lars Fowler Anderson video. We've been filming little bits and pieces of that, so I've taken the month off as far as cranking out the videos 3 a week, but I have been filming and playing and practicing with my slingshot and trying to, you know, build up my speed for beating the Guinness World Record. I've kind of like hit a new gear there, so I got to make a new video on that because I've gotten really fast of late. You saw it if you tuned in, you know, or if you just tuned in now. When you go back and watch the replay, I just whaled 2 cans in the kitchen off the cuff, like completely cold. Like I thought I was just gonna embarrass myself in front of you guys, and I just threw 2 cans in the kitchen. Was like plang, plang. So I'm having fun with that new slingshot I got from GZK. So I got all kinds of slingshot stuff coming. I'd really like this channel to be, you know, like a bit of vlog at times, slingshot videos, like really awesome slingshot videos. I can do some really awesome shots, and I'm getting really good with the filming, so I think it'll be fun to keep that up. The Lars Fowler Anderson one I know is going to be like, it's got to be 1 million views, if not 10 million. I just feel it. Like I think that's going to be my big one, my big hit finally. It's coming along so good. It's going to be so neat. And then, you know, just making stuff whenever I want to make things. You know, I want to make some, when summer comes back around, some chopper bicycles. Start a chopper bicycle gang where we go out for pizza, you know, on Thursday nights and ride around town with crazy chopper bicycles made out of recycled bikes. I have all kinds of adventures in mind. I never have a shortness of ideas. It's just a shortness of time, usually. Have you ever used your slingshot as a sling bow to... No, I've shot fish. I have a video called Slingshot Shotting a Fish or whatever. But I've never shot a fish with an arrow. But I do intend to do that if I go out on All-Stars, having 2 fishing arrows, 2 hunting arrows, and 2 I'm going 3. 2 hunting arrows, 2 slingshot arrow, whatever. 2 fishing arrows and 2 practice arrows, so I can keep practicing and shooting it. And then be able to just put rocks in the same pouch and shoot rocks at smaller game, little birds, or put little pile of rocks in there and like shoot a bird or pheasant out of the air really quickly, like a little shotgun blast. I got all kinds of plans. I've been working on it, always thinking. And we got a bunch of slingshot versus things coming up, like slingshot versus Daisy Red Rider BD gun, slingshot versus the sling like David and Goliath. I got some gelatin. I'm gonna make make my own like gelatin ballistics gel with a coconut in there to show how lethal the sling is versus the slingshot. Make like a super heavy duty slingshot to do that. And hopefully the Ewok forest for the kids, like up in the trees. Create a Back to Eden garden at your property. You'll enjoy it. I don't know what a Back to Eden garden is. I'll have to look that up. But I'm guessing you mean kind of like a food forest, which is I want to make like a little mini food forest here at the new property. There's this big wet spot out here in the back that stays wet in the spring and in the fall again. So I want to try and make like a pond and then like plants that go around it and suck up the wetness and things. And I hear the littles a calling. They're getting rowdy because they're right in the other room there, room time. But they're getting restless, and it's that time where I got to get them all fancied up for church, so we can head over there. I haven't done any blacksmithing. I love doing it. I mean, I haven't done much of it. I used to do it in Vermont with my brother. I'd love to get back into that. I just love to do a million things. And then we probably will over the years, because I intend to keep this going. So let's bring up today's video and hit share so you guys can watch it and stop listening to me ramble on. We had to hit public and publish. Making a fireplace in the winter survival shelter and catch and cook a steak. I just made up the title a couple minutes ago, so that's why I had to like read it to you guys. It is up now, so if you guys switch over and hit say see you later, I will not be disappointed. Watch today's video, enjoy it. It's all making. I think it turned out really good. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Thank you guys for the super chats. And, oh, whoa, another one. And man, this is it up? Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. It is up. Today's video, somebody's already left, a couple people. What? Somebody said something about pocket shot. Don't like the pocket shot. I haven't even tried it, but I just don't like it looks weird. The pocket shot's that weird balloon thing you pull on it, but maybe someday I'll actually try it and not just be prejudiced against it for no reason, which is ridiculous. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all the views, the likes, the shares, the comments. It's really made a big difference at 55,000 subscribers now, and views are going up almost every video. Bouncing around a little bit this month because I've been taking some time off. But you guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Fowler out.